If I dress like I am cold, that's because I am cold. I got my extra warm hand knitted hat my cousin Anita made me. Thank you very much. I've got my hood up. I always wear a hoodie in the wintertime. And I always wear a vest. Some people ask me how come I wear a vest when it's so cold. That's because I'm very active with my arms, and a coat will restrict my movement. So a vest is very warm. I've got my extra thick one on today, and it keeps my midsection warm. But the wind is penetrating today. I don't know if the video is going to come out with sound or not, but I'm kind of out of the wind a little bit as much as I can and standing in the sun. So that helps. I know some of you, you don't like me in the woodshed, but sometimes that's where it has to be. So I want to say something about Homestead Channels. Now, a lot of you have gone to Homestead Channels to learn about your birds, your sheep, your goats, your whatever animals that you either already have or wanting to get, or you just want to learn more about how other people do it. The thing about Homestead Channels, folks, is a lot of them, they don't show the nitty-gritty as far as the negative in homesteading. They don't show, well, some of them do. They don't show the birds fighting. They don't show, you know, dead birds or how they died. Some of them do, not all of them. They just show the fluff, the prettiness, a clean coop after they've already cleaned it and spread shavings, right? So it looks like it's always that way. Trust me, unless you do it every day, which I do here every day. I have a routine. So my coop looks the same every day. And a lot of other homesteaders do the same thing. But you can just tell that some make sure they show off their coop after it's all nice and pretty, and it's a lot of it is for show, right? Pinterest type thing. So what I am trying to get to is some channels really do show the downright dirty and ugly of homesteading, like the bloody geese yesterday. That is a true fact. If you only show the fluff and the happiness and the cleanliness and all the fun stuff everybody likes to see a I'm just gonna say a flock be, that's all well and good, but you really should show the bad part of it as well, because that's part of reality. Now, I know of someone very well who just started a small homestead. They got a bunch of birds like I do, and I've actually given them some of my birds to start their own flock. And even though they know that I've been through all these trials and tribulations and having to problem solve, having to stop everything because I've got an injured bird, they didn't realize, one, it took so much care. They don't like the fighting. They don't like the stepping in. They want a free range. They don't like stepping in bird poop, but they don't want them closed up either. Well, unless you go right behind every one of your birds and pick up their poop right after they've done that, then you're going to have poop. They're just going to have poop. Now, let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than in the winter than having a goose poop, having it freeze, and then you're trudging through the snow, not seeing that frozen lump, because sometimes it stands 3 to 4 inches tall, and then you trip over it. How'd you hurt yourself? Well, I stumbled over a frozen goose poop. That happens, folks. All right, so I just I just wish more homesteaders would be more honest and show the bad parts or the most difficult parts or the more challenging parts of homesteading, and not just Pinterest happy go lucky, everything is great. I don't care who you are, you're not going to have the perfect flock because something is always going to happen. So that's just my intake on it. Someone asked me, I can't believe you showed bloody geese. That is part of homesteading, folks. I want people to understand that homesteading is not all fluff. It's not all peaches and cream. You're going to have to deal with certain things, right? Now, I do not and I will not bring in a bird from somebody else's flock unless I separate it first and know it is healthy. Even though I know where the bird came from and I know their flock, I want to separate it just to make sure. I also need to introduce it to my flock, right? So the best way to introduce it to a flock is to make sure that it is safe behind like a fence so it can see out and it can observe the flock you already had, and the flock that you already have can get used to that new bird, right? So that's just how I do it, introducing it slow, and I like to give it about 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you're going to know if that bird is sick or not, right? You don't want to if you try really hard to keep your flock disease-free, all it takes is introducing one bird to your flock to possibly kill off all your birds. I will not take that chance. So that is something that I do. Now, I'm not saying that my way of raising birds is perfect. It is perfect for what I like. And everybody raises their birds differently. This is what works for me. I have very, very healthy birds here. They're very happy birds. And so what I do here works for me here. Some people don't believe in free range. Some people believe that they should be penned up so there's not poop everywhere, and try to keep the predators away, which the predators are going to find the birds anyway. Whether they can get at them is another story, right? I believe if a bird has a short life, I want my birds to be happy while they are living. I want a bird to be a bird, folks. You're going to lose some. You're going to lose some. If you keep your birds cooped up, then you got to make sure that it has ventilation. You've got to make sure that it remains dry. You've got to make sure it remains ammonia-free by laying some shavings down. The deep litter method in Maine is really good. I watched a video, Hanbolchea Ranch. They are a Maine-based homestead, and they just got some chickens, and they are happy as hell. It's really nice to see first time chicken owners get some chickens and see how happy they are, how excited they are. I get excited for them. If you want to go watch their video, I will put their link below, because we just have to support each other, folks, right? We're all in this together. And somebody says, why do you give so many shout outs? Well, why not give shout outs? Why not give shout outs? And they came back with, well, that's drawing attention away from your channel. I have never seen that happen, folks. Well, I used to watch you, but I like these people better, so I'm going to unsubscribe and stop watching from you and start watching them. I have never known of that happening, folks. I just haven't. We're all in this together. We're one YouTube family, especially us in certain demographics, right? And we should all support each other. We should help channels build. We should give them support. We should give them advice if they ask for it. We shouldn't be so selfish as not to share other channels and what they have to offer. That's just how I look at it. So anyway, I am really cold. The wind is really blowing at times. It's down to, I think the feel like temperature is down to -1 right now, or up to -1, should I say. We're supposed to get several inches of snow tomorrow. It's supposed to be really messy. So things have got to be done before the storm. So I'm going to be busy today. I am going to try to put up one more video before the weekend. I don't know if I'll get to it today. I'm going to try to do that. So y'all be good and stay warm if you're in Maine. Stay warm.